Hey y'all, I'm Dawn and welcome to Designs by Gaddis. Bring the spring season into your home with these 4 budget-friendly DIYs. These projects are easy and fun, perfect for anyone who loves to get creative. Spring is here and it's time to give your home a fresh and vibrant touch. Whether you're looking to revamp your living room, bedroom, or outdoor space, you don't have to break the bank. I'll show you 4 budget-friendly DIYs that will help you spruce up your home with style and creativity. So grab your supplies, let's get creative, and bring the spring spirit into your home. I used the bottom portion of the stencil for the spring DIY project. This is one of the fall cutting board decor pieces from Dollar Tree. I sanded the fall saying off and spray painted the entire board with a light gray paint. I placed the stencil on the board and taped off the bottom portion of the words so I wouldn't get paint on that part. It took me a while, but I finally decided on the colors I wanted to use and applied all the chalk paste with squeegees. I left all the chalk paste thick so it wouldn't dry out before I got finished. I've had that happen before and it pulled up some of the paste where it had dried. Once I had everything covered, I used a clean squeegee and started removing the paste. As I worked, I used a baby wipe to remove the excess paste from the squeegee. I love how the stencil turned out. I had a couple of places where some of the paste got under the stencil, or maybe it was on my fingers when I removed it. I used a baby wipe and removed the paint from these areas. I created this file and cut it out on black vinyl. I wrapped twine around the neck of the board and then added some Dollar Tree beads to the end. It still needed something, so I decided to attach some greenery and florals from my stash. And just look at how stinking cute. I think it turned out amazing. Let me know what you think in the comments. I found several of these little chalkboard signs in my stash and thought they would be cute plant stakes. I cut out different sayings on white vinyl with my Cricut and placed them on the stakes. I then cut down a skewer and hot glued it in the center on the back. To cover up the hole at the bottom of the sign, I wrapped some twine around my fingers a few times and then tied a knot to make a cute little bow. I turned the chalkboard sign sideways and placed the next saying on it. And then glued another skewer to the back. This time, to cover the hole on the side, I used a small ladybug from my stash. And honestly, I think this one is my favorite. It's so cute. I also found these smaller chalkboard signs with the skewers already attached and made a few little sayings for them. And just look at how cute these stakes are in these pots. I found this Target Bullseye house in my stash and decided to give it a quick makeover. It was already painted white, so I didn't have to paint it, and that was a plus. After fuzzing this Chalkboard stencil, I applied it to the lower part of the house and made sure I rubbed all the air bubbles out. I applied a layer of black paste to the stencil. And somehow I wound up with black paste all over my fingers. I'm always making such a mess. I removed the stencil, trying not to touch it with my messy fingers. And wow, I immediately fell in love with it. I used a piece of twine and wrapped it around the top of the house and tied a simple little bow. I placed a couple of sprigs of baby's breath into the twine, and it was complete. And just look at how stinking cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. Today's video is part of the Crafted by Corey Minis Challenge. I love this playlist, and I'm sure you will too. Be sure to check out Corey's channel along with this month's playlist. You'll find links to both in the description. Now for another DIY. This isn't really spring related, but it can be used year round. I wanted to make a farmhouse riser using these cute pieces I found at Hobby Lobby a while back. I needed the legs to sorta match the board, so I stained them with some gel stain from my stash. I put the gel stain on using a paintbrush and wiped off the excess with a baby wipe. This is a cutting board I also picked up from Hobby Lobby when it was 40% off, so I actually gave less than $5 for the board. I love when Hobby Lobby has these sales. I always spend too much money, but always get some amazing things. To attach the legs, I used Dollar Tree wood glue and hot glue. Since the legs had indentions on the bottom, I was able to place them directly over the felt dots on the bottom of the cutting board. That way I knew they were all lined up perfectly. I set the riser to the side with a heavy bottle of paint sitting on it until the wood glue had dried. It turned out perfect. I love the height of the piece, and the legs are so high-end looking. I may go back and engrave something on the top, but for now, I think it's perfect. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please take a second to like this video and leave me a comment. This really helps my channel to grow so others just like yourself, can find me. If you just found me, I hope you will join our little family by hitting the subscribe button. If you are already part of the family, thank you so much for your love and support. Y'all are the absolute best. Check out my new Amazon store for craft supply and farmhouse home decor recommendations. All the products I use from Amazon in my videos can be found there. Until next time, happy crafting.